Hi guys, welcome to the SIG Fellowship / Stipends orientation. My name is Elise Timpton. I'm the Vice Chair of Fellowships. You guys have probably gotten millions of emails from me already. I just want to quickly introduce my team. In the back, in the gray shirt, we have SIG Chair Otis Reed. On video, we have the Director of DC National Fellowships, Chris Yunke. Sydney Jernal is the State and Local Fellowships Director. And over here, Kyle Vandenberg is the International Fellowships Director. Over here we have our stipends team. Lena Hidalgo is the Director of Expansion Planning. Yeah. And I'm not sure what your title is, but someone very important for stipends folks, this is Krista Ryu.
I'm the Director of Programming for the stipends.
Okay. So just welcome. Congratulations for even being here. It's a really big honor to be a SIG fellow or a stipends recipient. Every year we have a ton of applicants who are really qualified. We offer a slightly changing list of fellowships every year, but we go through after each summer to make sure that we offer really high quality placements all over the world. So you guys should be really, really proud of yourselves for being here. Hopefully you've gotten a chance to meet some of the people who are in your fellowships class. You'll be seeing them again throughout the coming school year. Lena's going to say a quick word about stipends.
Yeah, so I guess I just want to clarify that we have two groups here, the stipends and fellowships. So the fellowships are, those who applied know about it, so they're basically the pre-arranged fellowships that you guys are doing, and the stipends are a new program this year that are, SIG is providing funding to students who are able to secure their own internship in public policy. And so we have a few of our stipends fellows here also to take part in the orientation. And I just wanted to make clear the differences so you guys don't get confused. So for the stipends fellows, there is obviously no company that usually takes fellows every year, so the paperwork will be a little bit different. The discussion, for example, about a faculty mentor is different because you guys don't have a faculty mentor. This is only for the stipends recipients, and stipend recipients also don't have a clear supervisor that they're assigned, but it's the one that they found themselves. So everything is in your paperwork. If you guys have any questions after, you can ask Krista, who will be here, and to answer all the questions, and you guys have all been in contact with her. And we also have the, just for stipends, the learning plan is optional, and that's said on the actual document itself. But it's to guide you guys to figure out, what you want to get out of your summer. But because we don't have an assigned supervisor and assigned faculty intervention, it's more difficult. So yeah, if anyone is confused, do you guys have any questions? Alright, so yeah, so if you guys have questions after, then you can ask Krista. Did you want to say anything else?
I think we should just move on and then get questions after we actually do it.
Yeah, but congratulations to all of you.
Okay, so before we really jump in, I want to make sure, does everyone have a packet? Yeah. Okay, and also did everyone sign in? No. Yeah.
Nope.
Make sure you do that because we don't want to be after you saying you didn't come and you did. Okay, so first things first, we're going to just go through the packet one by one. There's a couple of really important documents in here that you'll be needing to sign. The first page of your packet should be a fellowship agreement. Not so if you're in stipends, but you should have a separate, very similar agreement. And so what this goes, this is really just your contract for the summers. And it lays out under program requirements all of the responsibilities for a fellow from now through spring of next year. So we're just going to walk through that. The first thing you've already accomplished, you've attended fellowship orientation. Congratulations. The second thing is to meet with cost stewardship staff to discuss your stipend, financial aid, and donor communication responsibilities. And that meeting is going to happen this Friday, sometime between 8 and 4 p.m. this Friday in Cost Center, room 204. You might have seen the sign up by the door. A couple of you already signed up, but you can totally do that afterwards. But it's just going to be a 15-minute meeting with our SIG advisor, Megan. And you're just gonna go over some of your stewardship responsibilities, some of just general responsibilities that you have, and you're also gonna find out at that time the amount of the stipend that you'll be paid. So everyone's gonna get at least the $4,000 base stipend, but depending on your personal situation with financial aid, where you're going, so some of our international placements, for example, are really expensive because it costs a lot to fly there. So we're gonna have adjusted the amount of your payment up accordingly based on your personal situation. So on Friday, that's the time that you're gonna find out what that amount actually is.
For the extra financial aid money, do we have to contact the financial aid previously?
No, so you'll remember that I sent out that email asking for your SUID numbers, and so we passed that on to the financial aid office and they ran all the numbers for you.
Okay.
Any other questions?
If we're not going to be here on Friday, can we arrange an alternate time to meet?
No. Talk to me after. Monday, it would have to be by Monday.
Okay.
Okay.
And the reason for that is on Friday is the time that you can submit any forms if for any reason you can't fill out the forms tonight, say you forgot your health insurance information, you can't submit the forms. We'll turn those in on Friday. And we can't give anyone stipend out until we've gotten all the forms in from every fellow. So don't be that one fellow that makes it so that no one can get paid for like weeks and weeks and weeks. That'd be really bad. Okay. So the next thing that you have to do is you have to meet with your faculty mentor. So most of you should have already met your faculty mentor during the interview process. If you haven't, for some reason, I know for a couple of fellowships the faculty mentor wasn't able to be at that interview for any reason like that, or if you're not sure who your faculty mentor is, feel free to contact me or the committee member that's been assigned to your fellowship. You should have been getting like tons of emails from them now. But just make sure to set up at least one meeting with your faculty mentor sometime during spring quarter. Earlier the better, because I've already had faculty tell me, oh hey, I'm going to be traveling for like this and this and this like set dates, and they're like most of the days from now until June. Faculty are pretty busy, so make sure you get on their calendars now. So what are you supposed to accomplish in this meeting? A couple of things. You should ask your faculty mentor if there are any kind of preparation that you should be doing for the summer. In most cases, that faculty member has been specifically chosen for your fellowship because they sit on the board of the organization you're working for, or they used to, or they're somehow closely associated with that placement. Or they just know a lot about the field that that placement is like working in. So really utilize them. Ask them if there are readings that maybe you're not really well trained in the types of projects you're working on. Ask them to help you prepare in whatever ways that they can suggest. They know a whole lot more than any of us students working in SIG as far as helping you be as prepared as possible for your first day of work. So really utilize them. The second and kind of more main thing that you're going to be working with your faculty mentor on is your learning plan. So I'll just go through the learning plan now. It should be another page in your packet. You can print that. So the learning plan is a quick document. It'll be like one page about your goals for the summer. And these can be anything from academic goals, like I want to learn about ocean something, that was really bad example. But, an academic goal. Or it can be a skills-based goal. Something about, working in an office, working on, your research skills. Or it can be, a values-based goal. Maybe you're going someplace abroad. It's completely different from anything you're used to, and you have a goal as far as, working in a new cultural environment. Something like that. It can be any type of goal like that. Make a plan with steps that you can carry out to accomplish that goal. Why do we do this? It's good fodder for you to talk to your faculty mentor about when you meet with them. It can be kind of nerve-wracking to meet with a professor, so here's something that you can talk about and you could say, I told you to talk about. It's also really great to have in mind what you want to study. A lot of times when fellows don't have the best possible experience, it's because they said, hey, I thought I was going to be learning about this. Turns out my organization doesn't even do that, and I was totally disappointed. And that's, that comes from not having clear goals of what you want to accomplish over the summer, and not checking that with your office and your faculty member, and making sure that those goals are something that you can really carry out. So by putting your goals on paper, you lay everything out there to make sure that so that you're setting yourself up for something that's realistic this summer. So we're actually going to make that learning plan mandatory. We're going to give you about a month to do that. It's going to be due May 7th to me via email, and all that information is in the document. You can bring it before you, hopefully you'll meet with your faculty mentor before May 7th, so, you know, feel free to bring it to them without me having like read it or anything, that's fine. But yeah, get to work on that, start thinking about what your goals are for the summer. Okay, next is to participate in any other prep work, and this is, I think, the most important thing that you could do, this week, as far as prep, is to meet with the past fellow. So for all of you that are doing fellowships, that this is at least the second year that it's occurring, really reach out to the fellow who did it last year and ask them anything and everything that you want. You know, how to find housing is probably the most practical thing. But, tips about the office culture, what did they work on, who's someone in the office that's like a really great mentor, and that, they should seek out from day one to really help their learning process. I met with my, for context, I was a SIG fellow the summer after my freshman year in Sacramento. And that, being a freshman, was totally nervous, had no idea what to expect about my fellowship. I met with a past fellow, we just had like lunch at Coho one day, and I got really excited about what was coming up. He had had an amazing time at the office, told me about all the crazy things he did, and I felt 100%, well not 100%, I felt 95% at ease about what was coming up. So really do pursue that opportunity. The committee member assigned to you should have already emailed you contact information for the past fellow. If that's not the case, come talk to me or just email your committee member. You should know who that is because they've been in contact with you for a while. I think in almost all cases that past fellow should still be on campus as like a senior return or something like that. But even if you can't contact them, even if they're abroad, send them an email, Skype them, just make sure you reach out to them somehow because it can only help you and it's really easy. Okay. And finally, make sure that you complete all the necessary prep items for the summer in terms of logistics. This is especially important for international fellows. We'll go over that in the international specific orientation after this is all through. But we definitely don't want any problems with visas. We've had nightmares in the past. Make sure it doesn't happen to you. Ask lots of questions if need be. Okay. Moving on to your summer 2012 obligations. Felicity, want to talk about?
Sure. Oh, I can do it from back here. So my name is Felicity Jimenez Howard. I am the Assistant Director for Stewardship here at the Haas Center. I reside up on the 3rd floor, so you can always come and visit me and check out the 3rd floor. What I'm going to be asking you or asking from you is to be completing midsummer reports and also thank you letters to your donors. All these fellowships and stipends are made possible by generous donors to the Haas Center, and specifically with SIG in mind. So they have sought out this opportunity here on the campus to fund students like yourself through the summer. So the best way for you to show how much we appreciate their funds is to write a great report for us and to also be very kind in your thank you note. This is not a thank you note to Grandma. This is not, dear Grandma, thank you for the great outfit at my birthday. It was nice. This is not that kind of letter. Our donors, as well as our staff, want to know your experiences, how this fellowship helped you either in your career planning, in your education here at Stanford, or maybe it was just a great life experience. Not everything has to be so academic, especially if you're in the fellowship round, or if you're living in a different city. How did that opportunity help shape you? So there's going to be a lot of information that I'm going to be sending you because I can't just ask you to write a letter and not give you any parameters or guidelines. So I'm going to be sending that to you via email. I didn't want to add to all the paperwork that's going on today. One of the things I will give you is my email address. So please, if you see it come across, it's not spam. It's really who I am. And we will be contacting you over the summer. One of the things I would tell you right now is to get a really nice journal for yourself, for your fellowships and your internships. The first reason is there's a lot that's going to be going on. You'll be doing a learning plan. This is a great way to reflect either daily or weekly on what's going on if you're meeting those educational goals. Selfishly for me as in stewardship, the more you keep memories of things and journal things down, the better your letters will be. You know, you'll have things to reflect upon. You'll see more as I send out the instructions for these thank you notes and midsummer reports. We really want to know what you're doing. Like I said, this is not a grandma thank you letter. This is really speaking to a donor. This is also great prep for you for job interviews and things like that, where you write a thank you note, and it's not the thank you for meeting with me. It's more of this is who I am, this is what I've learned, and this is how I'm going to be helpful. There will also be one other person working with you from the Haas Center, besides Megan as well, and that's going to be a development writer that we have. They will be collecting your stewardship letters and your reports. That person has not been hired yet, but when they are hired, I will send you their email address, and I need to also make sure that you have them in your list of contacts so that things don't go into a spam folder. Those are kind of the key things. I will send you a lot more. I just didn't want to overwhelm you with information. The thank you letters will be due at the end of the summer, beginning of the fall quarter. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I'm be a great point of contact. This is my first summer working with all of you. I've been at the Haas Center for about a month now, so I can help you write those letters, and we can get through a lot of this.